But me and Chava had a really great session. I picked the clothes up after that, and then I went to sleep like at 1 in the morning. I had like a crazy ass dream too last night. It wasn't a nightmare, but it was just like, whoa, like what the fuck? Like, it was just one of those weird dreams where it was a violent dream. I have certain violent dreams where it confuses me because I'm like, where is this coming from? Because I'm not even like a violent person. I'm not a fucking woman beater. I'm not one of these Levi's. I'm not one of these maniacs. I don't have them type of thoughts. You know what I mean? Even with like the guns and all that type shit, like, I got knives and, whatever, like, I like fucking playing Borderlands and all that shit, but it's just a really weird. I really feel like dreams are like sometimes what your brain sometimes I feel like God puts things in your dreams, but like this one felt like an amalgamation of like random shit in my brain, and it was just like super weird. Like it felt like I was like starring in a movie, like a violent fucking weird like Jigsaw movie or something like that. Crazy, like trip me the fuck out.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower to let them know that it's the gods hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now. While the angels fly over my headstone.
We are back with another episode of the God's Hour podcast with your boy Big Cerbavelli, back in the place to be, La Merca Superior Palace 81 Studios. We in a building, live in effect, live and direct. It's your boy Mr. Nine Times. And fucking crazy ass weekend. These 2 weekends back to back, this weekend, next weekend, it's really gonna be testing the waters for your boy. Yes, because I have so much fucking going on. And yesterday, let me give you a brief summary of why it's gonna be busy next. Fucking Saturday is going to be Sinnoh Tour Los Angeles, which is not even in LA, it's in Pasadena. How the fuck they come up with that shit? It's not even in LA, it's in Pasadena, it's in the Rose Bowl, which is the way the fuck out of here. Can't believe I'm gonna be driving over here. I think it starts at 10. I'm probably gonna want to pull up at 9 and shit. So Saturday traffic at that time, I already know. I'm probably gonna have to leave the house super fucking early, which is fine. You know what I mean? It's like not even. It's not even that bro. Yeah, and then the day after Sunday, I'm gonna be wanting to record with Chava. So I already know it's gonna be a fucking driving ass weekend. I was thinking about taking an Uber to Pasadena, but then I'm like, I can't do that, bro. Like, it's not. I mean, I could, but the amount of money is easily gonna be like $120 round trip, and then they're not even like they're gonna get me there in 2 hours type shit. So I don't even want to do. I don't even want to do that, right? So, but I'm very excited. Sinnoh Tour. If anybody that doesn't know, if they're not aware, this is for Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go was a very big app. It's still, I mean, it's not a big app, but like when it first came on the scene, it like was an explosion going off. It was, I still remember like everyone in their mamas was playing that shit. And my glasses are all dirty, so I think I'm going to take them off. But with Pokemon Go, it was kind of like, when it first came out in 2016, it was a super big thing. I think I've talked about this where I think they wanted to get Pokemon Go the fuck out of here. They had New York Times written, and like people were finding dead bodies under bridges, and like there's just certain things. It's like why are they gonna like they put it in a super bad light. Like the only reviews about Pokemon Go are like super like on the big media outlets were never good. They were always like some bullshit, or like the cops got fired because they played the game. So it's always like a stigma connected to this game versus like the reality. Like they don't ever say oh, this is like a really fun game where people get together and they play, right? Me personally, I feel like I've met all kinds of people from all different ethnicities and genders and genres and age brackets, right? Like I've met, little ass kids, 10 years or yeah, like around 10 years old, 8 years old, people, parents with their kids or whatever it is. I always find it weird that I'm over here. I'm playing a fucking game with like little ass elementary schoolers and shit, right? It's very, very, I don't know. I just never thought I'd be in this point in my life where I would be doing that, but here I am, and it's really cool because I get to teach them, like, these Pokemon are cool, these aren't, use these moves for this and the yada yada yada. So Pokemon Go is just a really awesome game. That's how I lost a bunch of weight. 2 applications, and I'm not getting paid for this, but it was Weight Watchers and Pokemon Go. I'm about 80, I would say like 83 pounds, something like that. So, yeah, like 80, yeah, solid 80 pounds down. I climbed back up again, and then now I'm kind of like, I'm past, down 80, like at least 82, 83. So shout out to them. Shout out to Weight Watchers, Pokemon Go. I don't even think I talked about this where Weight Watchers, it was, my journey through Weight Watchers was really something I never did. You always, like, the best things come from you being uncomfortable. Like, that lets you know where you stand in the world. With Weight Watchers, I found out that I was eating like complete shit. I still eat like complete shit now, don't get me wrong, but not like over the top. At my biggest, I was eating Wingstop every day. My favorite thing, and here I am plugging everybody but my shit. Hold on, we got the Everlasting Love Imperial t-shirts, man. What you know about that, man? We already got the next drop. I'm way ahead of everybody, bruh. Come on now. So with Wingstop, I would be eating, I would like doing 5, and I love bone-in wings. For some reason, I never liked boneless wings. Now boneless wings, I like eating them more just because, like, I feel like you get more food without the bone. You get more chicken without the bone. I would like getting original hot and garlic parmesan, 2 blue cheese dips, a large Dr. Pepper, and then sometimes I would even get a brownie, which is like, the brownie itself is like 30 points, which is crazy. Like, it just lets you know, like, what the fuck they got in that brownie, dog? Straight crack cocaine, dog, crackero style. Crazy. And then that would be lunch. Right? So if we went and ate at dinner or whatever after that, it's just like super easy to rack up the points. Now, I'm definitely, it varies, you know what I mean? Some days I have my good days, some days I have my bad days. I have more good days than bad, though, I feel like, for sure. But it's weird because when I would eat like complete shit, it wouldn't do nothing. Like, that was just my body. And then I would drink on top of that. So you're talking about eating a Wingstop order like that, then like maybe a 40, maybe 2 40s, whatever, something else, another meal during, like, after the day, like that Wingstop order I just said. Oh, and then fries on top of that. That's definitely probably more than what I would be able to eat in a whole day. So when I would go on Weight Watchers, I would actually see the points, like, oh shit. And I started dropping weight fast. Like, within, I would say, I lost probably like 50 pounds within 4 months. Like, it completely shocked my body. But even, like, this just goes to show you, like, I would be, I think I started at 65 points. I'm at 45 points now. This is a complete Weight Watchers plug, but I'm just saying this because I want everybody to be aware of, like, my eating habits and, like, my journey, right? So shout out to Weight Watchers, cut the check. I'm not going to talk more about Weight Watchers after this. I'm not, you know what I mean? This is a one-time deal. You getting this shit for the Frilio. What I would do And I started doing this around 2020, the summer of 2020. I got in a Pokemon and Weight Watchers at the same time. So I would play Pokemon Go. I would go for my walks. I still go for my walks now, but like then it would be like whatever, like 2 kilometers at the most. Maybe 4 kilometers on a really good day. Now I'm doing way more than that. Now because of my job and I walk in the mornings, I'm doing like around 6.5, 7 miles every day. That's when I'm working. But like now and shit, let's see. I'm counting my steps. Today I've done 3 miles, 6,000 steps. Right, but this is an off day. This is just some regular shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean. Movement is 70. You know what I mean. Like, get y'all's a Google Fit app or something, right? With Weight Watchers, I will start off at 65 points in the summer. They would have. This is when Battle Rap URL was doing free events. So I would literally do is I would have like on my desk right here. I would have a big speaker, my old little phone. I would have the battle live, and then right here on my little mesa, my little table I would order like a pizza, right? I was about to plug everybody in. What the fuck? We plugging everybody shit. So I would have I love thin crust pizza, love that shit. But it was a big pizza, and I think the pizza was like, I want to say it was somewhere around like 50 points. So I would have like 15 points after that or something like that. Maybe it was 60 points. I can't remember. All I know is I had a very little amount of points after that, which I think I would like use on like a soda or something. But I just had one big pizza and I would eat that the whole day. Like I think I would end up eating half that pizza. And then throughout the day, I would just eat that. Horrible. Like, I'm lactose. I can't be eating that shit at all. Being lactose, oh man, it's a fucking travesty, bro. Like, I was all about cheeseburgers, French toast, French fries, anything that was French bitches, French kisses. We were just eating horrible, right? Like, I mean, not even horrible, but like now I know I have like a real sensitive stomach, but having a lactose intolerance, I feel like it that also pushed me to become have a healthier eating habit, because I can't just eat what I want. If I could eat whatever the fuck I want, I would be way bigger than I am now. But I feel like I'm a lot healthier than I was. I look healthier. I look more handsome. I look it's just like what the fuck was my point? Weight Watchers, and I started talking about something else, about my journey. Weight Watchers, and then lactose. So lactose was hard. Like just being lactose was hard. Really, I could only like shit like chicken, like fried foods is a no. Like if I eat a lot of fried shit, it'll fuck my stomach up. Anything dairy, fuck my stomach up. Eggs, fuck my stomach up. Yeah, just anything like that. Certain processed meats, red meats, will really like fuck my stomach up, which is weird because if I do even like a burger, so even like even red meats, my stomach can't break down like the protein, so it was really just chicken. I've never really been too big into fish. Fish is cool and shit like that, but it's not something I go out to purchase. Plus, like, fish is mad expensive, so it's like the pescatarian diet is literally like the rich puñal diet, if you ask me, and shit. So with Weight Watchers, yeah, it really showed me that I was eating like complete shit. And then what was crazy was, instead of going to, let's say, like here I go again, fucking a certain fast food place has a great Oreo milkshake. Here I go with the names. A black cookie with cream in it, milkshake. And I would like to do my own ice creams, buy the Oreos, buy the ice cream, blend it together, make my own milkshakes, and then, boom, like going right to the restroom. So now basically I just eat chicken, a lot of chicken, and chips, which is crazy. Like it's literally chicken, chips, and tortillas. That's mainly my diet, and I really do gotta stop eating chips because my mom, she was like, she's a, my mom used to be a nurse and all, or maybe she was I don't know what the fuck she was, but I think she was a nurse, but I don't know the particulars in the name. But she worked in the hospital and she told me like all the shit you're putting in your body is like really bad for you. Your insulin levels spike up and all this shit. I'm not diabetic. I don't know my medical record history because that's a long story, but I just I know for a fact that I dodged the bullet because my whole family has diabetes, and I feel like really God is really looking out for me because I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I really take care of my body. I'm really active every day. I like to keep my mind sharp. I'm writing songs. I got the business things going on. And speaking about the business, man, just going back to Everlasting Imperial, this is definitely like the brand launch. Shout out to homie Ronnie, Ron Prince, or I think he's Lucid Screen Printing or Lucid Printing on IG. You get at him. He's a really cool homie. And I'm full guns blazing. Like I don't know who thought this was a one and done, but this is definitely something that I'm gonna be doing for a long fucking time. Hopefully, I'm saying this right now, but like this shit is gonna really take off the ground. And again, if you're from the future and you would like a shirt, just let me know because I probably don't have it, but I probably will have another drop in store. I got all these ideas, but just, you know what I mean? Keeping active, man. I'm the complete opposite of what I used to be. I used to just, like I said before, like just sit around, not do shit. And it was really detrimental to my health, and I didn't understand that. And for people, some people, they have to go through that. You have to hit rock bottom. Other people they don't. I didn't really need to be super duper like rock bottom. Like other people's rock bottom is eating out of trash can, shit like that. Other people's rock bottom is like, they develop alcohol addiction or something like that. Everybody's different, right? So you just got to know, knowledge itself. You really got to know what you're dealing with, within your life. So I just want to congratulate myself, give a round of applause for your boy, because I really like made it out of like some dark places where I felt like I couldn't really I feel like I dug myself into some deep holes at times, and I really feel like I climbed out. And now instead of digging holes, I'm building ladders, and I'm fucking going straight for the moon, baby. So I just had some shit to talk about. Yesterday, me and my pops, we went to the local gun store, and I had like some money to pay off for my shotgun. Well, I wanted to sell my pistol, the Bersa Firestorm 380. I was so gun-ho about this pistol, man. Like, just seeing it, how sexy it looked, the sleek black frame with the rubber grips, and it's just super compact. It's modeled after the Walther PPK. Who doesn't love a fucking Walther PPK? You know what I mean? But shooting it, after putting like about 500-600 rounds, I started to notice that the dovetail was stabbing my fucking hand. The webbing in my hand. And you hold it, and then the dovetail is like right there, and then boom, 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 it kept hitting me. And it started to make me bleed the last time I went to the range. And I told my dad, I was like, yo, this shit has got to go. I'd rather have, they're going to lowball you. So it's kind of like 300, like I bought it for like 300, right? So I told him I'd rather have $100 profit than a $300 liability. And I could just right away, like my pop didn't like that. He was just like, nah, man, you gotta, keep the guns that we have type shit. And I was like, no, like that doesn't make any fucking sense. If it's not for you, then it's not for you. Like that's a true, I wouldn't say marksman, but as a lover of firearms, it's just like guns come and go. It's like anything, like sneakers or whatever. Like you use it and you gotta lose it at times, or if not, you keep it. But so I owe money on, the Shotty. I still have. Yes, it's been a long fucking time. This isn't something that I just, I have all the money to fucking pay a shotgun off. No. So actually, no, I did. I would have had the Shotty that I ordered already, but I think I don't know if I said this, but they didn't have it the one I wanted that I ordered. But while I was there, they had another shotgun. Here I go plugging the shit again. But this is because I actually love this company, Mossberg 5. It was a Mossberg 590 A1. That's the one I ordered. Speed fed stock, sexy, 9-shot, beautiful. You know what I mean? Like one of the illest shotguns I've ever seen. Pump action. Yeah, actually, just in general, you know what I mean? People like love making a big deal about KSGs, Benelli M4, shit like that. And I get it, I understand, but for a pump action, this thing is off the chain. And I love that Mossberg is like Glocks. Like you could fucking modify it, put a light, a fucking bayonet, a sling, a fucking, whatever, different stock type shit. I really dig it. So, my pop was like, how much you owe on the gun, on the shot he left? And I told him the price, and he was like, I went to offer them, I gave them a pistol. I was like, yo, can you make me an offer? And they said, no, we can't. So I said, I wanted to tell them, well, fuck y'all. But my pops right there was like, how much you want that shotty? 300. All right, I'll pay the 300. I was like, for real? And he was like, yeah. And he like pointed at the pistol, and he was like, I didn't see him though, but he was like, that's mine. And I thought he meant the shotgun. I was like, what you talking about? That's yours. And he was like, the pistol's mine. I was like, oh yeah, like if this is you, like, paying off the shotgun for my pistol, yeah, like what are you talking about? That's a no-brainer for me. Like I wouldn't have got that price anywhere else, you know what I mean? So I don't really care. Like it kind of sucks that I don't have the pistol, but it's just like whatever, bro. I'd rather trade. I would have, had they told me, like if you told me, yo, I'll trade you this shotgun for that fucking piece of shit pistol you have, I'd have been like, yeah, what are you talking about? And here comes Presley, so hold on. Hello, my friend. Now you gotta say hi. Come here. You gotta say hi to the peoples. Up. What are you doing? Ooh. Say hi to the peoples. Look at that. Look at this. They're so beautiful. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Say something. Say something, boy. Say something, boy. Say something. Say something. Say more. Say something. Good boy. Look at that. Look at this little team. I'm gonna love you for fucking evers. And evers and evers. That's right. Always and forever. And you'll be my baby every day. Look at that. I love you so much. You're so beautiful. I wish I was a dog just so we could do doggy things. If I was a dog, you think like we could like go around and like fucking do some shit, like piss on other people's properties and cars and like take a shit in like lines together. You think we could do that if I was a dog? Witches. But I'd be like a big fucking dog. I'd be like a pit bull or a Doberman or a Dalmatian. How about that? If I was a Dalmatian and we'd be the Dalmatian Chihuahua combos. No. At Big Cerberellis. You like that or no? Why'd you look like that? Let me see. Why do you look like that? Huh? Say something. Say something. Say something. Say something, boy. He's stuck right now. He doesn't know what to think. He's so confused. He's so focused because he's so beautiful. Say something. Say something. Good boy. Look at that. That's my little boy. That's my talking little team. Okay. All right. You see how he just throws himself? That's crazy, bruh. That was crazy right there. Salud. I forgot what I was talking about. Thanks for that, by the way. Oh, so we're at the gun store. I got the shotty. We got enough ammo. So it's like, it's all good in the neighborhood. Yeah, so right after that, Chava hit me up, went to his crib, did a 9-hour fucking session. And we about to do some shit that's like off the chain. You know what I mean? We're going to link up with the homie JB Ill. We got some real good shit coming along. I feel like it's gonna be the best album that the three of us have put together. If not solo, like, solo wise, maybe the three of us for sure at this point. It's crazy how it's like there's not really I don't have too many like one album producer albums. That's what I've always wanted to do. And the first one I ever did it with was NC. The second one was JBL. The third one is Zekabis. Shout out Zekabis. We'll talk about Love is Love in a little bit. And then now it's the return of JBL. Oh, and I have other shit going on with other producers as well. But you just never know. Like, with me, I'm all about energy. If the energy isn't right, then we're probably not gonna be doing, like if you're just sending me beats and we're not really clicking, whatever like that, then it'll probably like it'll get done when it gets done. But with like JBL, he tells me he wants an album by a certain time. Like, let's just say, hypothetically, he's like JBL wants like 6 tracks in a month. I could do that for sure. Like for him, for the amount of heat he's gonna throw at me, JBL got, and he already knows what it is too. Like JBL is somebody that I really consider like a really good friend when it comes to music. Very, very little friends I have in this music shit, because the music game is just full of fucking people that are like self-centered in a way that it's just not, it's only beneficial for them, you know what I mean? Like they'll be cool with you as long as like they get some sort of notoriety or some sort of clicks or views or whatever. Like if you don't serve if you don't have a super like high purpose for them, then they don't want to work with you. And I don't fuck with those people like that. Versus like JBL, like I said, like, he don't charge me beats. He's over here like doing it for the love, and so like, so are we type shit. But that's not the point. The point is if I really rock with you, I could really make some great music. He picks up the phone, he calls me, yo, I need you on this track. It's done. Probably by that night. And then the next day I'm gonna record it. And that same fucking day he's gonna have it in his laptop or whatever. Like, that's just how we get down, bro. Like, loyalty is everything to me, right? Without loyalty, I feel like there's nothing. I'd rather somebody not like me and be loyal to me than somebody like me and like backstab me, do like super, behind my back shit. Pause. That's just how I'm rocking all 2024, man, and probably beyond that. So with the session with me and Chava, it was super duper dope. And he just has like a really different like recording process than me. Our writing process now is like super fast. I don't really remember how fast we would write before, but now it's kind of, I feel like I've gotten, it really depends on the beat. Like if it's some shit I'm really not feeling, you're not gonna get shit out of me. But if it's something I really like, the shit'll get done. So I kind of wanted us to do like one more track, but I already knew like I was tired. I had to go pick the clothes up. So it was like, like fuck it, we can always come back. And that's something that I'm also learning too, is just like being patient and not getting so caught up with shit. Like, it don't have to be now. Like, I'm like half a control freak, so I'll be like, no, it gotta get done now. It has to be ASAP. It has to be done. This, and this. Like, it all gotta line up. And there's been times where it all falls through. When it falls through, does that mean it went good or bad? Like, what does that mean? Because sometimes I say that interchangeably, like, oh, our plans fell through, and for me that means it's a good thing. Plans falling through mean it fails to happen. See, I didn't know that. Okay, so sometimes my plans do fall through, as Google mentions. Most of the time, though, I'm a real strategic planner. Like, if I know something is undependable, unreliable, I'll work around that. Like, schedule. Okay, like, I'm gonna plan for it to fuck up, but just in case it don't, boom, boom, boom. Like, I line it all up. Sometimes things happen spontaneously. That's fine. We rock with it like that. But me, I'm more of a planner. Plan, pursue, execution, baby. On point. While we were recording, we want to go get some here I was about to say the name. We want to go eat. In the drive-thru, there's a homeless man. Asked the car in front of me for something. I don't know what he wanted. So I don't carry money on me, not because I don't want to give money to fucking homeless people, but because I just don't. Like, it's just, I learned my lesson, you know. I got pickpocketed before, and I lost only $40. Okay, you're gonna have to put a gun in my head to get $40 from me, bro, ever again. So pulling up in the drive-thru, I order, and then the homeless man, he comes up to me and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, I'm really hungry. If you could buy me something to eat. You know, I'm homeless. I don't do drugs. I don't drink. I don't smoke. You know what I mean? He eats carrots, whatever he told me." And he sounded real sincere. Like, you could tell, they're bullshitting. Like, "Hey, man, I don't do drugs, man." And no, yeah, you do. Fuck is you talking about, bitch? What are you doing? Don't be lying, bro. Don't be lying, bro. Just be straight up like, "Yo, dog, I gotta get high, bro." I'll be like, "Okay, well, I expect it. I ain't got no money on it, but you know what I mean? Good luck to you on your journey." But the way he was just sincere, I was like, "All right, bro, what do you want?" He said he wanted a double cheeseburger with fries. Got him a double cheeseburger with fries. Looking back at it, I should have got some water. But last night it was fucking cold in the Dino. So I was like, and he had pantuflas on. It's not even like dog was set to go, ready for the weather. Like, we were cold in the fucking car. This dude is outside, right? And I told Chava, I was like, "Bruh, he probably been asking all night for motherfuckers to feed him," and everyone is just like, "Oh, well, whatever." And it's like I told Shava, I remember getting kicked out the crib, living with my grandma, and I remember everybody just people ignore you when you're in certain positions and shit like that. It's like people don't give a fuck about you. And it's crazy, bro. The way, I always go back to society and people's values and just everything like that. There's something seriously wrong with the way that the system enables the homeless and doesn't give no fucks about them, right? A very small percent. You would think with the media and how they have these homeless programs in check and all that, it would seem like we should have more and more homeless people off the streets and have them back in society as working class and successful citizens. But that's not the case. Homeless people stay homeless, and it's not like there's real programs to get them into society with being a financially self-sustaining life. It's always the system is meant for people to become homeless. That's pretty much, I feel like that's what it is in California, at the least. I've heard of a lot of situations like that where, that it's just people, they don't click with society and they just end up becoming homeless. They had a wife, they had a kid or whatever. They had a really good life going for them, and then just one day they got tired of it, bro. And now they're on the street, and it's not even like they do drugs or are addicted or have mental issues. It's just they're living on the streets, and that's just them at that point. So I just, I really pray for everybody like that, man, because I know what it is, bro. I know what it is to just be fucked up and nobody give five fucks about you, and it's horrible, you know what I mean? Because I'm really about to get mad and start snapping and shit, and I don't want to do that. So my whole point of this was just that I felt like it really brought me back to that when I was living with my grandma. So I was just I told him, "God bless you," you know what I mean? He just walked away, you know what I mean? Mission accomplished. He got his food, and wherever he's gonna go off to wherever the fuck he was at. And I was just fuck, dude, I don't know. It got me, it really for the little dirt I've done in my life, it really made me feel like the karma, you know what I mean, I've taken and now I'm giving back, you know what I mean? That's just life, bro. You're not gonna be getting dubs all day. It's just, it is what it is. You're gonna face adversity, and you're probably gonna do some dumb shit, and then hopefully you can repay that. So I feel like I've paid a little bit of that forward. I definitely do want to feed have homeless programs. Feed the homeless events type shit like that. If and when I can in the future. That's a big thing. That's a big thing for me, man. I just know I've talked to homeless people. I've gotten their story. or según the I've gotten a story or heard stories about different people, different situations. Some are disabled, some have mental illness, some have addictions, some people just don't click with the system like that. And you can never blame somebody for that type shit. Well, these are all your decisions, and the way you ended up is how you decided your life. Like, no, bro. Like, some people just get a bad roll of the dice. So why can't you just be like cool with the fact that that happens? Like, no, people got to live in absolutes. Like, people just stop fucking with you or just throw you to the side or kick you to the curb because they feel like that's where you need to be, and that's fucking bullshit. I was going somewhere else with this too. But me and Chava had a really great session. I picked the clothes up after that, and then I went to sleep like at 1 a.m. I had like a crazy ass dream too last night. It wasn't a nightmare, but it was just like, whoa, like what the fuck? Like, it was just one of those weird dreams where it was a violent dream, I have certain violent dreams where it confuses me because I'm like, where is this coming from? Because I'm not even like a violent person. I'm not a fucking woman beater. I'm not one of these Levi's. I'm not one of these maniacs. I don't have them type of thoughts. You know what I mean? Even with like the guns and all that type shit, like, I got knives and, whatever. Like, I like fucking playing Borderlands and all that shit. But it's just a really weird. I really feel like dreams are like sometimes what your brain sometimes I feel like God puts things in your dreams, but like this one felt like an amalgamation of like random shit in my brain, and it was just like super weird. Like it felt like I was like starring in a movie, like a violent fucking weird like Jigsaw movie or something like that. Crazy, like trip me the fuck out. Dreams are Dreams are really interesting. I really feel I feel like I take some of them as signs. Some of them I feel like are your traumas. Some are like just whatever your brain comes up with. Sometimes I have dreams about not even really anymore, but I would have a lot of dreams about specific girls in my life. And it's wild, I don't really know what it is. Like some people like are atheists and they don't believe in shit, or they don't believe, like me, I'm heavy in astrology, tarot and all that shit. Some people are like, oh, they're all like fugazis and shit like that. I don't think you could just like label people like that. I feel like some people are in tune with the universe, and the universe gives messages through other people or other systems like that, like dreams and all that. Or like how I said, where I remember like, I remember stealing food, and then now I'm giving, I paid, money to give it to the homeless person. Like, that's fine. You know what I mean? It's super crazy just how the universe works and how the world comes around, because the world is 360. It ain't 180. Like, everything comes back around, you give and you get. A lot of good things are happening for me. And what the fuck was that? A lot of good things are happening for me, and I feel like that's because I put a lot of good energy in the universe. When I was just doing nothing but putting negative, having a negative mindset, a negative output in the world, then that's pretty much what I was getting. You know what I mean? So I feel like all the blessings you get now are all the blessings that you deserve. Now, some people are pieces of shit and they get blessings, but I feel like they're very limited in that, you know what I mean? Like what they would like, what for them would be a blessing is what like I would consider like a limitation, because it's just like you're not growing as a person. You're just like in a standstill. You're like at this part in your life where it's like, yeah, you got it, but you don't really got it. You know what I mean? Like you have it, but you don't got it, So had a few things I wanted to talk about before we get into the album, because I'm probably not going to talk that much in it. Okay, so I've been watching Force. I'm like 2/3 into the way of by the end of the season. And it's fucking awesome. I love this shit. I love the direction it's going. I love that it's like cut and dry, man. It's like a story, and you never know where this fucking story's going. That's what I love about these shows, man. A lot of people say Raising Kanan is the best power show. And I think once I'm done with Force, I'm gonna watch the first episode of Raising Kanan and see how it stacks up. Because my least favorite one right now was Ghost. Season 1, because you'd have to like rate them. Like I would say Go season 1 is probably like up there with like some of the episodes from season 3 and 4 and 5 from Power. Like there's a lot of episodes where you're like, nah, like this shit ain't it. Versus I feel like Force was really like, oh, it's like fucking, it's on from here. Maybe like, like maybe dips, but that's just them setting up the storyline or introducing characters, things like that, right? Shit that has like nothing to do with like filler. Like I feel like there's very minimal filler in Force, whereas like maybe in some points of Ghost and Power was like, why do we need to know some of this shit, right? But the second season of Force, so there's a song with Jeremiah and 50 Cent that's the main song, and I think it's called Power, Powder, Respect, or Powder, Power, Respect, however order that goes. But 50 put auto-tune in his voice. It took me like this whole time, it took me 7 episodes of hearing that song for me to be like, oh, okay, like that's cool. Because I don't want to hear 50 Cent with auto-tune. I don't. You know, the whole 50's career, I listened to without auto-tunes. I don't need to hear 50 Cent on an auto-tune. I don't want to hear that shit. But like after a while, I was like, oh, okay, like I get it. Like I see where he was trying to go to. He's trying to ingratiate himself with the youth music out there. And I totally understand, you know, what he's talked about in his interviews, like the youth pushes the culture, yada yada yada. But I don't know. I really can't get jiggy with some of this shit, bro. There's a way to do it without it being too there's a way to do it without straying away from tradition, right? So I feel like drill is kind of like somewhere in that, but a lot of them still like do auto-tune type shit. So it kind of threw me off. Like, why did 50 put auto-tune in his voice? He didn't need that. I don't know. Like he kind of sang, like he raps the song in the first season, but in the second season he kind of like singing it. Like, why? You didn't need to do that. It's especially because it throws you off, because it's like, who, like, what, like out of nowhere. Like imagine, I don't know, you see your girl every day and she's bad. She's got banging, you know, whatever, and she's got great hair, and all of a sudden she shaves her head. She's like, well, fucking everyone's shaving their head. You're like, yeah, but I kind of liked you when you had your hair. What the fuck? Doja Cat? She's crazy too. I don't even want to get on her shit either. There's a whole bunch of shit. But we're running out of time. So the way I wanna leave it off of is the album Love Is Love with me and Zika Bits is completely, all the beats are produced by him. I put it all together. Really dope, man. I feel like this is an album that really tested my versatility. It really tested my pen cohesively, writing wise, just everything about it. It was just more so, I never really made an album like this. I Love Superior last year was more so like being more lovey-dovey with women and shit. With Love Is Love, I don't want to give too much away, but basically the first track is the start of a relationship, or actually maybe the second track, and then the last track is like the ending, or the second to last track is the ending of the relationship. The first track is more so like, okay, I don't want to give it all away. I want y'all to listen to it and see it for yourselves. But basically, the beginning of the album, it starts with a relationship and it ends at the end of a relationship. You know, you go and like everything in between, like there's ups and downs. The honeymoon phase, when you try to like power through it and hold it together, and then like just letting it go, like fuck it, like it's over. Like there's no, like, me holding on is just hurting it's just hurting me more, you know, like than letting go. And all the feelings that come with that. It's a super heavy album. I try to put more like lighthearted tracks, which I did. Like a bulk of it is more positive, because I feel like that's what a relationship is like, you don't hopefully you don't, but like me, when I cut things off with a woman and shit, I don't ever be like, oh fuck that bitch, she did this, she did that. Like I'm like, man, like there was a lot of good times, man. Like, yeah, you think about, oh well, that fucking bitch did this or that, like, oh, like this hoe was selfish, like type shit. But then like reality, like, you know what? Hopefully if you're in a healthy relationship, because I don't do none of that toxicity shit. But for me, it's like we just went our separate ways. Like you went into this and I went into that. There's no hard feelings, you know? I don't need to fucking block anybody. I don't need to fucking talk shit on nobody, go on Instagram live, make a whole song about it type shit. Well, I did make songs about it, but you know what I mean? Like airing it all the way out. Like all my love songs and shit are like amalgamations of like different scenario situations and women that I've been in my life, you know? I think it's like halfway some snitch shit to be like, oh, Jessica, you know, you hurt my heart and all this shit. Like, I think I kind of used to do that, but I'm a grown ass artist at this point, and I feel like it's corny to just air out all your dirty laundry anywhere in public, on a record, whatever it is. So with this album, I really hope you enjoy it. I don't think I'm going to put it on streaming services. I'm going to put a few tracks out, maybe like 3, whatever. I already put 25 Bonnie and Clyde out there on Instagram. I'll probably put it on my YouTube, and then I might do like 2 music videos for it. But hopefully you like it, man. Let me know what's going on. What's the dealio? Love is a fucking phenomenal album. Shout out to Zika Bits. He's from Serbia, so this is like the Serbian fucking connection. Serbio Mexicano connection, you know what I mean? Message of the day, man. I don't even know what to say. There's a lot we can unpack here. What are we feeling for the message of the day, man? Just do good and good things will come back to you. That's the message. Like, don't count on it. Don't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing all this shit just so I could get it back. Like, don't count on it. Like, for me, I do shit fully knowing that I might not get I spread love fully knowing I'm probably not gonna get it back. But then it happens. I do, you know, people show love and you know, more ways than one, and I love it, you know what I mean? I'm not out here looking for any of this gratuitous, bravado-ist, ego-feeding type shit, because that's all some bullshit. Like, just be a genuine person and live to the best of your ability. You don't have to be fucking, you know, super righteous. You don't have to be like Batman or Superman or whatever. Just be true to you, man. That's it. I feel like that just be great at what you do, and make sure you spread the love around, man. Don't be trying to be selfish, bro. Always remember that it's not just you out here. Like, there's always gonna be somebody that you could look out for, because people are always gonna, like, unless you're fucking in the woods, people are gonna look out for you, bro. And just always remember that. This is the God's Hour.
Max was the turnout of my lifestyle. Smoking green, blowing white clouds to build the blue skies. Conversating with the gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Gods by my wildflower, to let them know that it's the God's hour. This love's the never-ending saga. Walk through the sands of times like Gara. On the other side of that gad is karma. You wet Prada, the devil like inside your box now, while the angels fly over my headstone.